So we're here today at Ratherheath town, just on the outskirts of Kendal. The lake's about 3 acres and it's set in typical South Lakeland countryside. The land is owned by James Cropper and we've leased from him for a long time. His grandfather dug the lake at the end of the 19th century, so he's got a lot invested into the lake. So James and the estate and Carter Jonas, the land agent, we've worked very closely with in terms of setting out the scheme, but also in splitting the responsibilities. So they've helped us enormously in some of the infrastructure, some of the big development of infrastructure. To underpin that work, we've agreed a new long-term lease with the estate as well, a longer lease than we've ever had before. So great commitment from both sides.
Lovely. Flip it back over. Don't be a million miles off. Can we centralise it? Give about 3 inches out of this corner.
What you can see around me at the moment is a massive development as a result of a significant grant from Sport England, and this is game changing for disabled angling and limited access angling in Cumbria. In fact, it's such a big investment that it will be the best disabled angling facility in the whole of the north of England. That financial assistance has allowed us to start from scratch, level up and design a perfect facility for disabled angling. Wide platforms accessed from a level path with toilet facilities and integrated parking facilities, so directly from the parking into our access platforms. It puts the club at the forefront of providing disabled and limited access facilities for members and day ticket anglers who can come and take advantage. One of the big problems that we've had over the last 4 or 5 years, much like many lakes in the country, we've had significant otter predation issues. Now that has a number of problems for us. Obviously it affects fish stocks and expensive fish stocks, but also it reduces the stocking level in the water, which reduces the colour in the water, which makes the water clear, which encourages the weed growth. So there's a number of aspects that we're trying to overcome here. One of the beauties of the lake is its shape. It's almost like a kidney shape, and that means that the perimeter of the lake is massive, nearly 1 kilometre. So to install an otter fence in this topography over 1 kilometre is hugely expensive. Access for equipment digging into the land. And again, we've had a massive help from 2 partners with regards to the otter fence. A company called Embryo Angling have provided all of the materials, which is a huge step, huge financial investment from them to help us. And also we've had help from the Angling Trust with their Angling Improvement Fund. So putting those 2 pieces together have provided us with enough funding that we can go on and install an otter fence around the whole perimeter of the lake.
Absolutely fantastic facilities now available at this site. The Angling Improvement Fund contributed money towards the fence. He didn't pay for all of it. It's a 900 metre long fence. It costs a lot of money. The club has raised lots of funds from elsewhere, and the Angling Improvement Fund has been able to contribute small amounts towards that, and we're delighted to do so.
We'd had otter predation, we'd got a lot of Canadian pondweed growth.
The applicant in this case was Nick Butterfield from the club. It was an excellent application and we read it. He got lots of supporting documentation. He got things like a 5-year plan, understood where he was going, understood what was needed and required along here. So dealing with the lead person or the main person is always very helpful. It builds confidence in the ability to deliver the project once it's been awarded to the club. I dare say Nick has had a lot of help from other fellow committee members or members of the club, but you need somebody to drive the project forward, and Nick in this case absolutely excellent.
We needed to sort the weed problem out. One of our problems in having a lake in a farming area is the very high nutrient levels in the lake because of the runoff over farmland. So we have to find a way of removing those nutrients from the water. So one of the things that we've been doing is we've been creating a much better margin environment with planting. and by having control plants around the margin, it takes the nutrients out the water, leaving a reduction of nutrients for the weeds, the Canadian pondweed, that we don't want to grow. In addition to that, we need to bring through more juvenile fish. And again, you get a combination of problems here. The clear water in winter makes the fish susceptible to bird predation. The bird predation reduces the fish stocks, and the reduced fish stocks mean the water's clear. So what we've also installed is we've put in at 6 different points around the lake some fish refuges. And the aim of those fish refuges is to get juvenile fish over the winter period in their first and second year. And that means we have a higher stocky level, and that means we can greater water colour. Now, in terms of building those fish refuges, again, we've had some help from the Environment Agency. And what the Environment Agency have done is provided us a spec to build those refuges to, advice on where to install them in the lake, but also financial assistance. And those fish refuges, which we've had now for about 12 months, which we're already seeing an increase in fish stock, we're going to convert those fish refuges into floating islands over the course of the next 12 months. So that gives us 2 benefits in one. It means that we maintain our fish stocks, but we also have island plants growing in the water, taking the nutrients out. And the Environment Agency have helped fund that activity.